Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start this video with thanking all of you who have watched my video yesterday and have been leaving such a great supportive comments about me addressing the topics that I usually don't address, and that is the prophecies and the spiritual approach to the current events. It means a lot to me. I was a little bit unsure, to be honest with you, yesterday if that video that I posted on Sunday will be well received, but it has been very well received by all of you, and I know many of you are probably focusing on those gorgeous hydrangeas that are lining up this avenue from both sides. I don't know if you see it across the street as well. Today I have two topics for you. Also, this video will have a timestamp with a photo that I took over 2 years ago during my stay in Istanbul, in Turkey. Let me cross the street, because many of you don't know, you're not allowed to be on the phone and cross the street, but I just did it. So guys, why I decided to put a thumbnail with those 3 dogs? Well, I came across this article yesterday that is quite disturbing one, but I will be reading this to you because I'm a huge dog lover and I am not only heartbroken but also a bit of unsure how would you approach this topic with the homeless dogs in Turkey. When I was in Turkey, that was the beginning of my journey. I was on my way to Russia actually for the first time. I remember how many homeless dogs were on the streets in Istanbul, and those 3 dogs that you see in the thumbnail were the dogs that I've seen every day, and I was there for about 3 days, I think. They were part of that community, of that street, and the owners of those little businesses there were quite familiar with them, and they looked really cool to me. They were very connected, those 3 dogs. They were like friends, you know. They are friends. I don't know if they are still alive, because there is backlash that grows against Turkey's stray dog massacre that has left millions of dogs dead, despite President Erdogan claiming they are meant to be placed in shelters to keep the streets safe. I didn't know that there was a new law established in Turkey. So here is the article. It was published yesterday, August 11th, on Sunday. Millions of stray dogs in Turkey are being rounded up and killed after the country passed a new law calling for them to be put down. Pictures and videos shared on social media have shown the scale of the massacre, with people reportedly hunting down and killing the animals after the legislation was passed at the end of July. This article comes from Daily Mail. You will see the images there. When you click on the link, it will be attached down below in the description box. The law, drawn up by President Erdogan's ruling AK party, was introduced amid concerns about attacks, road accidents and rabies in the country, which has an estimated 4 million stray dogs. While it is aimed at removing the dogs off the streets and putting them into shelters, the law does state that any dogs showing aggressive behavior or those with diseases will be put down. The country currently has 322 animal shelters with a capacity of 105,000 dogs, according to the bill, far short of what would be needed to round up the number of strays. Before I continue, I really hope you're okay with this article and with this topic, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who is a dog lover. And actually watching those images was very disturbing to me. So, as you know, as they said here, 105,000 dogs are in those 322 animal shelters, which, to the number of approximately 4 million that are homeless, led many to think large numbers would be put down. Passing the bill last month, Erdogan said, quoting now Erdogan, "Despite the opposition's provocations and campaigns based on lies and distortions, the National Assembly once again listened to the people, refusing to ignore the cries of the silent majority." The law, which was approved with 275 votes in favor and 224 against, so it was pretty close actually, right? Requires all municipalities to spend at least 0.3% of their annual budget on animal rehabilitation services and building or upgrading shelters, although they will be given until 2028 to do so. So they will be killing them if this law will be still successful until 2028. Animal rights activists had called instead for neutering campaigns to be stepped out, and the opposition Republican People's Party, CHP, I think that's the name, said it would appeal against the legislation in the Constitutional Court. Murat Emir, a senior deputy with the Republican People's Party, said, "You have made a law that is morally and legally broken. You cannot wash your hands of blood." Thousands of people have taken to the streets over the past few weeks to protest against the law, occasionally solving with police and carrying banners, including slogans such as "You cannot kill them" or "Take back the law." Residents of Turkish towns and cities often take care of street animals, putting out makeshift shelters, food and water for them. One survey, this is very important here, one survey showed less than 3% of people supported putting them down, while 80% almost 80% were in favor of dogs being put in the shelters. This is a huge number. Less than 3% of people supported this law. So I want to know your thoughts, guys, on this. Let me just focus on passing the street. Again, I should not be doing this, but hey, someone's on the phone, here I am. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? Do you think this is absolutely cruel and it's horrific how they are treating those animals? I have to say again that those dogs that are in the picture, and there were many of those kind of dogs around, they had been interacting with those business owners, small businesses owners, daily. You know, they were greeting them, they knew those dogs, and I was actually shocked how many stray dogs were in that time in Istanbul, but it seemed like they were perfectly fine. Again, I'm not saying every dog is like that, however, it's horrible, you know. I actually think about this from a little bit different standpoint again. I know this might sound crazy to some of you. I think they might be using them to sell the meat or do other crazy things. I don't know what they do. I really don't know. You know, the level of cruelty that people have inside of them sometimes is just undescribable, and it's hard to imagine. The second topic that is not related to any military subject or political subject is about China, where some 4,000 bodies were stolen from crematoriums in China to use bones for dental grafts. Again, I saw this 2 days ago, but since yesterday I was talking about Edgar Cayce prophecies, about Russia, I wanted to separate this video with this topic. I think actually those two articles are quite of the same low frequency. So according to the report, the police seized over 18 tons of bones and over 34,000 semi-finished and finished, one second, walking and flipping the page, and finished bone grafts. Hong Kong. A criminal network has stolen around 4,000 corpses from crematoriums and medical labs in China to produce dental grafts from bones, the South China Morning Post reported, saying that the criminal ring had earned around 380 million yuan, which is around $53 million US dollars. Crossing the street, one sec. Today it's a walking video, so it's a bit challenging, but at least you can see the streets. So, 53 million US dollars on the illegal sales. Police in Taiyuan, I will be mispronouncing Chinese names, in the province of Shanxi are investigating the case of mass stealing of human bodies to produce allogenic bone grafts. The Hong Kong newspaper quoted Chinese criminal lawyer Yi Shenghua as saying, according to documents published by Yi, a company named Shanxi Arui Biomaterials was illegally buying bodies and limbs from the provinces of Sichuan, Guangxi and Shandong. He said that police had seized over 18 tons of bodies and over 34,000 semi-finished and finished bone grafts. The company's general manager confessed to stealing more than 4,000 bodies from crematoriums and medical laboratories. The liver center at Qingdao University Hospital in the province of Shandong too sold human bodies to the company. As many as 75 other suspects have been detained as part of the probe. So I know today it's a very different video with very different topics, because I normally bring you the political news. But look at this. This is also what's going on in the world, everyone. And how many of people that have been trafficked will never be reported, right? Well, at least you have some info on this, but what happens to all those people that they traffic? What happens to the bodies of those children when they remove the organs from them and suck their blood? Yes, I said it. Many of you know what I'm talking about. Let's go to the comments of the day from the video yesterday. Let me see where I have those comments. The first comment is quite interesting because it makes me question all my videos. Bravo, Anya. After this video, this is about Edgar Cayce's prophecy. After this video, you don't have any right under the sky to record more political videos. So don't waste our time. Start to record only this type of videos. So someone really likes the prophecies, spiritual videos, which is great, I appreciate. So next Sunday I will create another one. The second comment is from very long name, Black Sheep Nonconformist, who says, Russia is an ark. It will be the savior of the world. Thank you so much for all your comments. As always, I read them all. I appreciate them all. And with this being said, the articles to those crazy two topics that I read you are down below this video. To all the dog lovers, thank you for watching, because I'm sure many of you who are not into those topics probably already stopped watching it. Thank you for hitting this like, checking your subscription, leaving the comments down below. You have all other platforms where you can find me as well. You have Instagram, you have mailing list to join. Thank you for your donations on PayPal and Patreon, buying me a coffee, and on the fundraiser as well. Wish you a wonderful week, everyone. And with this being said, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. See you tomorrow in another video. I hope it was not too crazy video today and not too loud for you. Bye guys.